Hey, I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on your 2000 to 2004 Subaru Outback. I have a 2002 base model, and I have it up on some wheel ramps and a 3-ton jack I actually had to borrow from my neighbor. Alright, so an oil change is probably one of the easiest things you can do to a car. This is literally all I'm using, except for, wheel ramps, jack stand. Hopefully you guys have something better. But first thing you want to do is actually open this. Always let your car cool down as well. And then if we go under the car, you'll usually just see, the underside of the car. But I still have this thing on here. That's why I actually need the Phillips screwdriver. So these things are weird. I'll show you how to do it. All we're gonna do is take off this little section, because this is all we need to take off to do our oil. Okay, so first thing you want to do is take something like a flathead, or for me I have a knife, wedge it under here, and then just pop these sort of out. Just like that. And that's all you gotta do. I only got 2 of these on here, because I hate doing this. I don't want to do this very often. Now typically you want to change your oil every 2 to 3 months, or 3 to 5,000. That's at least my personal opinion. Alright, so that's all you need to take out. And this you can just slide out. Ugh. Alright, that's pretty much it. There you can see, my oil pan. Okay, so now that we have this exposed and we can work, we're going to put the drip tray right there. And now, there's a little section right here where that oil is just free to spill out. So we're just going to go ahead and go in with our 17mm wrench and counterclockwise. It'll break free relatively easy, unless the last person who did it with something like a drill or impact drill. But you just want to take this off carefully. Alright, it's getting to a point where it's close to being out, so I'm going to come in with some gloves. I'm going to twist it the rest of the way out. So this, you want to actually put some force, so you're pushing on it, and then it feels like it's about to go. And remember, you want your car to cool down before you do this, because that is hot oil. I didn't let my car cool down, and now I have super hot oil on me. Look at that. That is nasty. This is why you want to change your oil very often. Alright. There it is. Whole bunch of it. We're just going to let it, drip. Alright, now that the dripping has slowed down a little bit, next we're going to want to grab our oil filter. So you should be able just to grab it by hand and twist it off. Should be relatively easy. If it's not, you can go to O'Reilly's, or oof, that is hot. O'Reilly's or AutoZone, and just get an oil filter wrench. Now remember, this is really hot. Really should have let it cool down first. But I'm impatient. I gotta get this done quick and soon. Look at that. These were nice clothes. Alright. We're just gonna unscrew it, and then now that we got it off, we're just gonna take it, pour it in there. Might as well drop it. Don't care that much. Alright, I'm gonna let these drain, and I'll be back in a few. Alright, so I've let it drain for about 10 minutes. Always let it cool down. I have a minor burn, but seriously, let it cool down, guys. I got some shop towels with me. Shop towels can be kind of spendy, so you can also use paper towels, because these are just high-end paper towels, basically. You want to just wipe that away. You know what it is. Then same up here. Just wipe that away a little bit. Mainly down here. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna do this part by hand. I do highly recommend that you wear gloves doing this part. But I am not. Because, you know what? I'm stupid. You just want to get it in and start screwing it by hand. Alright. Now that we got it, also you want to make sure that you clean that thing. And simply just take your wrench, again 17mm. Hopefully if you're doing this you still had it out. And you just want to screw it on. Right, now that you've got it pretty much all the way on there, you want to just get it pretty snug. That's about it. Just pretty snug. There we go. And then clean up the area with a paper towel or shop towel. Very easy. Alright, now we're going to move on to the oil filter. Alright, so here's the oil filter I use. I use just the cheapest one I can find, just to prove you don't need to, spend a lot of money to have your car working and working well. So, I have a SuperTech ST6607 oil filter. I got this from Walmart. You have great things at Walmart that just, you push a couple buttons and it shows you what kind of filter you need, and it gives you different selections on brand and stuff like that. Open up, there it is. Very nice. I want to show you guys a little trick with this thing too. Okay, so the trick is to actually take some of your oil, in my case SAE 5W30. You want to take it and you actually want to pour some of it in there. You actually want to fill it to the top. I'm just going to pour it real quick and then I'll show you guys after. Alright, I filled it most of the way in there. It's just under where the threads start to be. Then you want to just go under and screw this on. Thankfully I can do this because I can just hold it up and then start screwing. So here we go. Before we go under, there's a little trick I saw. You want to take a little bit of the old oil and you want to put it on that O-ring just to get a better seal, That's all that is. It's just a better seal. Now we're good to go. Screw this back on. Now that I got this, you want to be super careful as to not spill it. And then just carefully start screwing it on. And then you want to get that on there pretty snug. Twist by hand. There you go. Now we're gonna clean up the area just a little bit, make it look a little nicer, just cause I don't want it to be ugly the next time we see it, because it already is. Now that we're done on the underside here, we're gonna try to slide this thing back on here. This thing's incredibly annoying to get back on, so especially when you just got one hand because you're trying to record. Right, now that I got it for the most part on there, it should just slide back fairly easy. Alright, Sorry, it took me a second. Alright, now that we got it all the way back on, just gonna push these guys back in there. So an easier way to do it is take off that first little part, and then get it in there. And then take a little part, and then shove it in there. Just like that. Now we do the same with right there. Okay. Just goes right in. Alright. Now that we're done on the top part, hopefully you've already had this open, like I said at the beginning. There we go. Now we're going to start filling. I got this no spill funnel in a little 3-pack that I got for about $7. Just want to put it in there, and then you want to pour the oil. Alright, so now that we did that, we got a little bit of good oil. You can keep that, but there's not much use to keeping it. Now you just want to close it up. Then you want to start your car. Alright, now that we're inside, you want to start your car and let it run for a little bit. That oil light's obviously going to be on for a little bit, at the most a minute, because we just started it, or just changed the oil. Alright, so we're going to let it run for about 3 to 5 minutes. Should be just fine. Alright, that's how you change your oil. You can take this out and double check, make sure it's not too full, make sure it's not too low. But I've done this so many times, I don't even need to. It's fine, but that never means you're too good to, be safe.